Looks like a V8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. V14. What's good, YouTube? So in the last episode, we kind of broke my PC. So basically what happened, I wanted to switch out this CPU fan. The idea was the CPU was running too hot. I wanted to cool it down. I wanted to upgrade it. During that process, I broke the CPU. I had to buy a new one, install a new one. Now the issue is the new one is too good for this CPU cooler, meaning it runs at like 80, 85, 90 degrees Celsius. So today we are upgrading again. This time I'm gonna be more careful so we don't break this one again. The main difference here is it has several fans, I think 2 of them, bigger heatsink. Here it is. So it comes with 2 CPU coolers. This entire heat sink will attract all the heat, and this one is beefy, as you can tell. Like, look at these. So basically the chip will be here, this will all warm up, and then the 2 fans will basically blow away the hot. That's the principle behind it. What we're currently working with is this small one. There's only a single fan here. It should be quite easy. The only thing we have to do is somewhere here is like this. Wait, where's it at? Then we remove cable here. And that's it. So this is the old heatsink. As you can see, it's a tiny one with a single fan blowing the air inside, and then the air scatters around, which is pretty ineffective. What we're gonna do first is remove the CPU this time to then clean it off so I don't break these CPU pins anymore. We got some rubbing alcohol. Microfiber, rubbing alcohol on the pad, and then really clean it gently. Also right now we're working with the Ryzen 9 5950X. 16 cores, by the way. In comparison to the old one, which only had 12 cores. So this one actually runs harder, runs better. It's better for multi-streaming. But the issue is this one is just too small. So this is the metal that we were working with. So this is like double the size of the other one, as you can see. So this will be way better and way more efficient at like taking away the heat. And whatever is in here, I assume it's an adapter for the motherboard. It is. Mounting brackets. Comes with thermal paste. Okay. I have a different one though anyway, so we don't need that actually. I definitely need to read the manual because there's so much things in this box. I don't know. Please remove protective sticker before install. I think you're talking about this one now. Yo, that looks like a V8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. V14. Step 1, I have to unmount these here. So we have to take these rails off. There's one. There's 2. Next in line, putting these spacers in and then the metal brackets. So the metal brackets are here and the spacers are here. So this inside, like with a spacer underneath. For some reason, wait, what? We might have a minor issue because one thing I noticed, this has to stick the board. Otherwise, there's nothing to screw those screws into. Like, it's otherwise completely empty. But I think you have to take it off. It looks bubbly, which means there is air inside. The question is this supposed to be taken off or not? Because this doesn't stick. This one sticks, if anything. What if I just turn it around and then this portion sticks? And then we can stick it like here. You can see the difference now. They're actually screw holders this time. Like this, and put this on it as well. Final one. Next thing would be apply a thermal paste and then put that on. So this would fit like on it. Oh my god. Does this even fit? That might be a super tight squeeze. And the thing is, the radiators also need to be on top. This might be literally a tight squeeze. Alright, we'll see. So this taking off. Next in line would be putting the CPU back on. There's one highlighted corner here at the top. This has to match with one of these corners here. If you look really closely, it's this one up there. So with no pressure whatsoever, you just have to align this. Make sure first this is up, then you gently drop it down. Yep, perfect. Going down again. This shouldn't wiggle at all. Alright, this is the thermal paste that we got last episode. We used a portion of it, but not everything. Alright, let's get our spoon back. Spoon. We apply some thermal paste, should be pretty straightforward. And then we distribute it with a spoon. I think this is where last time we broke the CPU because the CPU wasn't fully in the socket. And applying pressure like this will break any pins. Now that the thermal paste is applied, let's make sure we check out the manual just to be safe. Thermal paste here, then we put this one on top, and then we just put that thing on. Before we put it on, let's get a better angle. Alright, so from the top down, we place it down, making sure the pins are aligned. Let's slightly wiggle it to see if it actually sits perfectly first. Yep, that's good. Then we screw it down. Let's use your fingers, one side each. For the other one, I might need a screwdriver. Luckily, the iFixit kit has everything we need, including a thin screwdriver. According to the manual, step B is putting the fans inside. One here towards the RAM and one towards the middle. It's important to understand how your PC is configured. So for example, I have intake fans here. They move air from here to here into the case. And I have some exhaust fans here and here. So the idea is that I put air like this through the PC, which means this should continue here as well. So these have to position like this. And the second one as well. The only issue is I don't know how this is actually supposed to be put in. Also, the RAM is too high, so on this side we can't do it. So we gotta put it on the other side like this. But again, how are you supposed to screw it in? They saying I should use a fan wire. These are the fan wires, I believe. Oh, you put them on the inside, and now you have a hook. Then you add another one at the bottom, like so. Now you have two hooks. And then you squeeze that inside somehow. Like this. Let's gently position that inside somehow. And fuck me. I think it's like getting stuck everywhere. Alright, let's try again. I think this one is perfectly hooked. So this goes inside this side of the bracket somehow. And now we have to do the same thing here. And then we just gotta lower it slowly. This. And then we put some pressure on it. So now we have to power the twin towers. We need this cable. This cable. Then we need the double extender. Wire this one up, and then put this into the same socket that we pulled the earlier cable from. Right there, you see it? Should be as simple as just putting that one on. And the only thing I have to do is plugging the power supply back on. Okay. Also, we have to put on the top plate. This hopefully fits. It does. Not gonna lie, this is such a tight fit. Like, here's the glass. Bro. Alright. The only thing we have to do now is to turn it on. Let's see it. Obviously we lose some RGB because the CPU doesn't have any RGB anymore, but who cares? It's in the corner anyways. I mean, immediately you can see all the metal up here and sideways here. And it's literally double the amount of metal than from before. I mean, all of this now, and so deep, now responsible for cooling the CPU versus this tiny thing here. Alright, up here it says new CPU installed, press F1. Everything is green though. And here we can configure everything we need. This should be good. Alright, let's see. By the way, I didn't even finish my food yet. In the meantime, we can clean all of this up. The only thing I want to check right now if this is really 100% secure, and bro, this fit is so tight. This is what the PC looks like now. I just want to wiggle it. Yeah, nothing is happening. Nothing. That is really good. Left, right, nothing as well. That is really solid. But yeah, this is the Thermalright Phantom Spirit 120. It's like $40. No fancy RGB. Quite a lot of metal to work with. Two fans. Alright, let's see. So this is the first time booting up the PC. Alright, let's wait a few seconds, but what should happen now is I have Afterburner installed on a PC, which shows the CPU temperature in blue. Right now it's 50 degrees Celsius, but it looks pretty promising now. 48. Obviously keep in mind this is idle. PC looks like now. I'm gonna put it into high performance mode and then throw in some games. Also running things like OBS in the background, Spotify, this one as well. I'm gonna start recording for no reason and start my virtual camera. Right now we're sitting at 300 FPS, recording everything, and we're sitting at 70 Celsius. Okay, let's open YouTube, put some 4K footage on here, set it to 4K, and then duplicate this tab. Put one here, put another one here, both running at 4K, plus the game sitting at 250, 300 FPS, and we're only looking at 70 degrees Celsius. While I'm recording, virtual camera is on, all the three cameras are on, 69 Celsius. Normally we'll be running at like 80 to 85 Celsius. So this is literally 10 to 15 degrees Celsius lower. And again, we have two 4K videos, the actual game, Spotify, 68 Celsius, 40 on the GPU. PC looks like this. It definitely sounds different than before. It sounds more like a humming now, which is kind of nice. We're waiting a second, 69 still. We're like 4 minutes in. This is still running at 300 FPS. The main difference is obviously if you're running at like 65 to 70 degrees Celsius versus 80 to 85, my PC can just run smoother, better. Also, it will like take less resources. But yeah, Really nice, really sturdy. Also the PC sounds quieter, especially if it's in the back like this. But yeah guys, sounds really promising. I mean, what else can I do? Let's go guys. If you have watched so far the video, make sure to like and sub the video. Every like matters. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.